Hello again and welcome to my channel. My name's David Charles, international psychic, white witch and medium, and today we're going to do a reading for you entitled Will You Get Married? Or for some of you, Will You Get Married Again? Also at the end of the readings we're going on to the tarot course which I'm running for you, and today we're on stage 4, which is going to be about the Four of Wands, which is a lovely card and you love it. So what we're going to do then is we're going to make 4 piles, 4 stacks of cards here, and we're going to do a reading for you, and it's called Will I Get Married? And I'll see you in a second. Welcome back. So what we're going to do now is make 4 stacks of cards by shuffling these. Be patient with me, and we'll see. This is a pick a card reading and it's timeless, which means that it doesn't matter when you see this reading. It means you were meant to see it. So it could be today, it could be in a few years from today, or a few weeks from today. So I'd like you to pick a stack of cards now, as you've done before if you've been with me. Please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to, and place any comments in the comment section below. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified when I upload new readings or anything else. So this is number 1, number 2, 3 and 4. I'd like you to pick which one you feel suits you. One you may like number 1, you may like number 3. Have a think about it. Go what comes from inside you, not just the favourite number. Well, if you want to use your favourite number you can, but pick one of these stacks and we're going to look at the will you get married question, or will you get married again? So we'll start with number 1. If you chose number 1, this is for you. Okay, so some of you now, not all of you, none of this applies to all of you, it's a generic reading. A bit like when you look at the stars in the newspapers. So some of you now are in or heading towards 3-way romances. So you may be, some of you may be already been married or coming out of marriage into a divorce or a separation. Some of you are looking ahead, wondering what on earth is going on. That's probably why you're watching this. 1 or 2 of you are in touch with past lovers, or will be soon. I'm looking a few weeks ahead here. As far as marriage goes, quite a way ahead maybe. It's hard to say exactly when these things will happen, but I do believe, number 1, that marriage could happen again if you really want it to. But it's also possible, well with all these readings, that you may live as married and not actually do the paperwork, you know, the ceremony and all that sort of thing. Let me tell you the negatives first, number 1. Triangles are predicted, so you may be in a triangle now. It could be another man, another woman. It could be a triangle involving your mother-in-law causing trouble, or anyone. It doesn't have to be another lover. But a triangle is predicted if you're not already in one, okay? Then there are lots of psychic signs in this reading, so a lot of spiritual activity around a lot of you, number 1. A lot of you are quite psychic, a lot of you are very spiritual, and that will help you in choosing your lovers or lover, and whether you want to get married or get married again. But the thing is, I think you're still in touch with an ex, or you will be, and if you're not, then it will happen soon. But the message here is there's not many negatives. Triangles are possible, that's 3-way romances. As I said, not necessarily lovers, but could be relatives or people causing trouble. Some of you, 1 or 2 of you are dreamers, and you're dreaming of riding off into the sunset on a white horse with somebody, and that could happen as well. I'm not saying it's bad to dream, because it isn't. But let's go and sum this up. I believe if you follow your intuition, number 1, go with what feels right, then you won't go far wrong. Although I think you've had intuitive thoughts in the past and chose to ignore them, thinking that they weren't real. So if you do get thoughts or premonitions or dreams that point to things, look at them more closely. Take a pen and paper to bed, write down your dreams, because they are important. And there's a few other things coming here as well. I think when you do get married again, and I think you will, if you want to, the finances, it's going to be an expensive one, this one. I think you want the big thing. You may have been married before and had a small wedding, but this time I think you want something a bit bigger. And the money will come to pay for this. I'm not sure where, but it will. If you can avoid people causing trouble in the background, do so. If you can follow your dreams, do that as well. Your dreams are indicated to come true if you want them to. It's always if you want them to. There will be reason for you to celebrate very soon. There'll be reason for you to be cheerful. The only thing I'm not picking up here is your partner and what they will be like. And I'm not going to say things that are not here. So it appears to me that you're still in touch with a lover from the past, or you will be soon. That's okay, but it's not normally a good idea to go backwards. Sometimes it is, and it could be in this case, but normally it's not a good idea to go backwards. So I would avoid that if you can. If you can get help from an ex-lover, choosing your new lover, that's fine. Listen to them, they know you better than anyone else. Don't let people interfere, don't let people cause trouble. Follow your dreams, wish for what you want and it will be granted. The universe are looking at you very favourably at the moment. And if your new love hasn't asked you to marry him or her yet, then you may need to be the one that does the asking. So number one, I think you will have reason to celebrate. I think your finances will be okay. You can afford a good wedding if you want one. Just don't let anyone else put you off or cause trouble. Can't tell you very much more, so we're going to move on now to number 2. Thank you for watching that number 1. A special welcome to anyone out there who is watching this all on their own. If you're lonely or alone, hello to you especially. Now then, number 2, if you chose number 2, this is for you. Okay. Now some of you, I believe, have suffered a loss. 1 or 2 of you may have suffered a loss. And I do get people watching these videos from all over the world. If you suffered a loss, then it's going to hurt for a long time to come. If you've lost a lover, I'm afraid to say, well, it may be nice, but they will never ever be replaced by anyone else. No one could replace them. No one would even try to. You may, some of you, have a struggle if you want to get married again, because I think you may still be in love with the person you lost. That could have been a bereavement, it could have been just somebody splitting up from you. It's not always a tragedy. But the one you've lost, or may lose, I don't think will ever be replaced. I don't think anyone will ever be as good. There's a couple of children in this reading, maybe 3 or 4. You may meet someone who's got children, you may have 1 or 2 of your own, so there could be children involved in future romances. It's not a certainty that you'll marry again, but you can make these things happen. That's why readings are so good, because you can avoid the negatives and change what you don't like to a certain extent. There is aggression in this reading. One of you, could be you, or it could be the man or lady you meet, could be a bit aggressive, not necessarily physically, but aggressive in the way they talk. They could be a bit of a handful, a bit over the top, a bit irritating. There is also a sign that you may meet somebody through your career or your work, or you may have already done so. The person you meet, I believe, will be flirtatious. So that doesn't mean they're going to go running off with someone else, but it doesn't stop them having a good look. As I always say on these readings, you can look at the Mona Lisa, doesn't mean you're going to buy it. So be ready for that, because the person may be a bit flirty. The lady or the man could be a bit of a flirt. I think 1 or 2 of you are meeting partners in the future that do lots of travelling. Easy to say these days, because most people do. But I believe that a man or woman you meet will be a traveller, may be linked to your career, or may have been linked to your career in the past. One of the people you meet will be irritating and bad-tempered, maybe aggressive in the way they talk, he or she. Watch out that you don't lose something else. Okay, that could be money, investments, be careful with all that sort of thing. I do believe that when you marry, if you choose to marry again, and it's not certain, but if you do, I think you're going to move a long way from where you live now. I think that moving, it could be a brand new start in a brand new town, even a brand new country. But I think if you do marry again, number 2, you've got to bear in mind that I'm telling you now, I believe you'll have to move from the local area, the area that you're in. I don't think saying have to move should frighten you. I think it would be good for you. I think movement will bring happiness. So coming with your new romance, your new lover, there will be movement. I don't really see a soulmate here. As I often say, they're quite rare anyway. Your soulmate can be your brother or your sister. But that doesn't mean you can't make it happen. You may have to be more proactive to get the new marriage or a first marriage even, if you want it to happen. It's not set in stone that you'll get married again. I think number 1 was, but this number 2, you may need to make changes. Watch out you don't invest in dodgy deals. Keep yourself nice and relaxed and calm. Take things easily. Don't rush into anything, especially with someone who's irritating or bad-tempered. There may be links to movement, as I said, that could involve also moving your career or your job. Expect that. Don't fear it. It's brilliant. Most of you, I feel, are very good at what you do. You may be just washing dishes in a cafe, you may be a top scientist, but I believe whatever you do, you are very good at it. You're appreciated for what you do, and I think you should be proud of what you do. Any children around in these romances will be happy. I really believe that. If you've got an ex-partner that's preventing you from seeing children, then that will end. I think you will put that right eventually. Sometimes people can use children as a weapon to get what they want, or as revenge. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. But I think number 2, you can get married again, or you can get married for the first time, if you want to, and if you work at it. It's not a definite, okay? Thank you for watching that. We'll move on to number 3. Don't forget, at the end of this video, we're doing stage 4 of the tarot course from the the Old England's Tarot School, and the new version of it coming out, and that will be at the end of this, after this reading, so please stay to the end. If you chose number 3, this one is for you. Okay. Right. Let me tell you the negatives first, then we get the positives. A lot of you are looking back into the past, yearning to go back, wishing you could go back and change things, but you can't. That tells me that some of you have been married or lived together as married before. Not all of you, but some of you. And I think you regret what you've left behind. I think there are tears, sometimes symbolic tears, tears of regret. You wish you could turn back time, put the clocks back and go back. You can't do that. Now that previous romance has left you defensive. So you've got your barriers, a Freudian wall, I always call it, that stops people getting close. And that can involve people of the same sex, friends or people at work. You may not get too close because you've been let down so many times in the past, but particularly in your love life. Again, another reading that's not overflowing with passion and love, which is quite surprising because love is the strongest force in any psychic reading. Love is the strongest force in the universe by a long way. However, new beginnings are indicated here, new starts, new money, new projects and new romances. And your spirit guides are saying to me to say to you, my spirit guides are saying to you, saying to me to say to you that you need to take a chance. You need to be adventurous, take a risk and go where you have previously been frightened of going. Look out for trickery around you from somebody of the opposite sex, okay? So if you're a man, it could be a woman. If you're a woman, it will be a man. There is trickery and deceit in this reading. There is a tendency for you to put things off, to pretend they're not happening. If the gas bill turns up, don't stick it behind the clock on the mantelpiece, deal with it. Deal with things as and when you need to. You do have a tendency to ignore things and ignore problems. So that could be medical. If you've got a problem that's medical, don't ignore it, get it sorted out. New beginnings are predicted for you. Money is predicted for you. If you want to get married again, you have to let go of the past. That is a very big thing in this reading. You have to let go of the past, and it is not easy. It's not going to be easy because it tells me, my spirit guides tell me, that a lot of you, number 3, are still in love with a past ex, or maybe someone that you've lost. As I said before, nobody can replace that person in your eyes. That's how it feels at the moment. That may change, but at the moment, nobody can replace the love that you lost before. So take a chance, be adventurous, be bold, watch out for deceit. There's money coming your way soon, and that's going to be handy as well if you do decide to get married in the future. But a bit like number 2, it's not a certainty that you'll get married in the future, but it's definitely something you can do if you want to. So I may be ducking out a bit there, but that's how I see it. You can get married, but it's going to be very difficult for you to find someone that comes up to the people or person you had in the past. So you need to bear that in mind, because it could be a long and drawn out process if you're disappointed with people that you meet. As I said, I don't think anyone's going to get close to you easily anyway. You may have the odd date here and there, and you may find that it's just not happening. So be patient. If you want to get married again, be patient. I don't think, as it stands today, that you want to get married again anyway. I think you're quite happy with your memories of the past person, or persons. But try to see things clearly. Don't put things off that need your attention. Don't stand for anyone who's deceitful or dodgy, and you won't always know at first. Don't be paranoid, but be careful who you trust. New beginnings are coming. It's time for change. It's time for you to take a chance, to take risks, but don't be reckless. And I hope, number 3, that's helped you a little bit. And thank you for watching that. And we'll move on to number 4 before we do our psychic this psychic course part 4. Number 4. If you chose number 4, thank you for waiting. This is for you. Right, you have a tendency, number 4, some of you, to make life much more difficult than it should be. You seem to do everything the hard way. Your stress levels are really up high today as you watch this video. Your stress levels need to be got down urgently. That means you need to learn to relax. You're not sleeping well, you're a worrier. Again, I say not all of you, but a lot of you are worrying about things unnecessarily. Lots of you are victims of backstabbing and jealousy, and this could be to come still. I do believe that if you want to, you will get married again. Or get married. I should keep saying again, I mean you get married. Some of you it will be again, of course. Now, this reading, number 4, my spirit guides tell me that you are surrounded by secrecy. This means that you may be keeping secrets from people, but unfortunately, it means that people are keeping secrets from you, and it will be, unfortunately, the person that you become interested in the future. So when you meet somebody new, get the full story. Watch out they're not hiding things from you. Secrets are in this reading. There's no question about that. I believe you're making life far more difficult than it should be. You're doing everything the hard way, and you're seeming to get nowhere. And a lot of that is linked to your career as well, or the way you earn your living. Your earthly life is much harder than it should be. So you can do something about that. Take a break, take a holiday if you can, regroup, as they say, and think things out, and do things in a far more relaxed and peaceful way, and don't do things, in other words, don't be put upon by people and saying yes to everybody when sometimes you should be saying no. You need to be a bit firmer. If you're keeping secrets, that's fine. Sometimes people keep secrets because they don't want to hurt other people's feelings. It's not always that they're being deceitful. This reading, number 4, shows me that you will find fulfillment, you will find happiness, Your body and soul will find richness inside. Watch out who you trust and watch out for stress. The rest of it should be okay. Take your blindfold off, see things clearly, and I do believe you will get married, and if you haven't been married before, and if you've been married before, I believe you'll get married again, or you'll live as married, but not necessarily go through the actual ritual process. Which would be a shame really, because I think you deserve to be loved, number 4. I think you've gone a while without true love, and I'm not seeing the person, but I am seeing whoever you meet has got something to hide, so watch it. Make sure they haven't got another man or woman hidden away somewhere, or a hidden agenda. If you're newly divorced, be careful who you trust. There are rogues out there looking for newly divorced girls and men, and you don't want to become a victim of that. But as it stands, number 4, I believe at the end of it all, you'll be rich inside. You'll feel good, you'll feel rich, and what you need and what you want will come to you eventually. So I hope you found that interesting. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon and click subscribe. If you click the bell icon, you'll be notified every time I bring out a new video. And please click like and share with your friends. So that concludes the little readings for you. Now in a few moments we're going to start part 4 of the tarot course, which is going to teach you to diploma level. There's no diploma with this, but the Old England School did originally have diplomas, which I've explained in previous videos. It was designed by Leslie behind me and myself 20 odd years ago as correspondence courses, but now it's on here, and we're going to do the 4 of Wands in a few moments after this short interludings. See you in a second. Hello again, thank you for staying with me. As you can see now by the card in front of you, we're going to start with the 4 of Wands on the Tarot course, the Old England Tarot School course, which was designed by myself and this lovely lady behind me, Leslie, my partner, around about 20 odd years ago. Now, the 4 of Wands, it's a very special card because it indicates quite a lot of things. So, looking at my notes, so I don't forget anything, if this card appears in a spread, it can often mean a successful businessman or business person, quite successful. It's also a card dedicated, which means someone's dedicated to their work. They're able to mix easily with colleagues, they can get on with anybody. And it's a worldly wise person usually coming in, or it could be the person you're reading for when you do your readings. Romance may be in the air, both parties will be compatible and feel contented. Great card, this is 4 of Wands. Quiet time for you is indicated, or to spend with your family, go to favourite places, gatherings that will be harmonious, enjoyable, no arguments, really nice times, peaceful times ahead for you or for the person you're reading for. Relationships feature strongly in the 4 of Wands. Whether it's marriage, love relationships or business relationships, they're all good when this card is around. It's exciting times, and it's good for love affairs especially. Relationships should be stable, they should be happy, they should be very fulfilling for you as well. Partnerships of any kind really, or joining together, are fruitful with this card, when this card shows up. Good for property, good for ventures, opportunities, good for holidays, for change of environments. It's a really special card. Now there's some exciting things with this card. If you remember when you were a child and you're looking forward to your birthday, or for Christmas, for Santa Claus coming, or whatever, it's a time when this card comes around that you'll be feeling excited. You may not know why. You may have planned something really exciting, maybe a marriage, maybe you're expecting a baby, but you'll be excited when this card shows up. Or, as I said, the person you're reading for when you start to do your readings. So, a few notes. Remember the thrill you felt as a child with those things. It's a time for slow waltzes with your true lover. It's a lovely, lovely time. Bubbly, high as a kite feelings sometimes come with this card. You may also see events and experiences that generate excitement for you. It's a signal of spontaneous thrills, in other words. It can represent celebrations like weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, victory parties if you're in sport or something like that, victory celebrations. And it's a chance to enjoy the joy of living. You look in the air and the sky and the sunshine, and even if it's raining you feel it's good to be alive. You can get up in the morning and say, oh, it's raining, or you can say, oh, it's raining. So you can enjoy. Here in Devon, with the cliffs and the sea and the wind and the storms, it's wonderful to watch. Never ever tire of it. So the good to be alive feelings come with the Four of Wands. Let me see what else I've got. It can mean freedom, freedom from something that's been tying you down, freedom from a job you don't like, freedom from a romance you're fed up with and you want to get out of, freedom from a marriage sometimes as well. When you feel trapped or battened down by somebody or some situation. This card will launch you to freedom, to be excited, to love. It's achievement in business, it's achievement obtained because you're disciplined as well. And you're getting rid of obstacles, you're overcoming hurdles. Now the card can of course be reversed or upside down. Some readers do that, I don't often do it, but upside down cards or reverse cards can have the opposite meaning. In this case, a reverse card can mean you've got hurdles to overcome. A reverse card can mean delays and things really getting on your nerves, like if you're selling a house and it keeps getting delayed, just an example. But everything seems to get in the way and slow things down and frustrate you. Romance could be very unfulfilling if this card shows up. It could be an unfulfilling love affair. When it's upside down or reversed, there could be feelings of anxiety or uneasiness and lack of sleep and all sorts of things like that. But as I said, I don't normally do reverse cards because I can read them either way anyway. But the Four of Wands, generally speaking, is a really good, one of the best Wands cards, I believe. And if you see that in a reading, of course it depends what surrounds it. It's not on its own. Most cards, as I keep saying, don't mean much on their own. But generally speaking, they're the main points of the Four of Wands. This course, hopefully, when I get round to it, will be laid out in text. There'll be pages and pages on each card, so you can't explain it all on a video, of course. And it will be available for you when I get time to do it. There are 78 of these, so thank you for sticking with me. We're going to do the Five of Wands next time. Won't be long now. And please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon for further when you want to be notified if I bring a new video out. Click the like button, share me with your friends, and make comments below and I'll answer them all. A special goodbye to you if you're all on your own or lonely. Thank you for watching. Thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you soon with stage 5. Catch you later. Bye bye.